Welcome to FNL Crypto DNA and Exploring Ethereum. This is our third episode of Exploring Ethereum. If you visit FNLCryptoDNA.com, you can find last week's there, and you can also find us on YouTube at FNL Crypto. And there's a description of everything that we talked about last week. So I encourage you to go check that out if you're a first-time Ethereumer, or if you just want to stay up to date on Ethereum. So today we're going to talk a little bit about Ethereum. We're going to, last week we visited Ethereum.org. Today we're going to spend less time there, and we're going to analyze a little more of the statistics of Ethereum, talk about some things that are on Ethereum, discuss a little ETH 2.0. Before we do, we'll get into the basics of Ethereum just for a second, talk about smart contracts for those of you that are just joining us. So I'm going to share a screen with you, and that screen should look, well, a little bit like this. Ethereum on coinmarketcap.com. And when you talk about Ethereum, you're talking about a base layer blockchain. You're talking about the number 2 cryptocurrency in the world out of almost 11,000 cryptocurrencies and tokens. You're talking about something with $222.8 billion in the market capitalization. You're talking about something that's available on 389 exchanges, a handful of brokers, and something that you can even trade derivatives and futures on many platforms. You're talking about the rival to Bitcoin and the improvements to Bitcoin, founded by a gentleman named Vitalik Buterin and Gavin Wood, a few gentlemen. And you can read all about that at ethereum.org. All right. So looking at Ethereum from a coinmarketcap.com perspective, you get a lot of information right here on the homepage. First of all, just look at this. You're watching something that is on 1.5 million watch lists. All right. And that's just on this website on coinmarketcap.com. David is joining me from Texas once again. Hi, David.
Hi, Chris. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic.
Awesome.
I'm doing great. You know, the first 15 minutes of the live stream with no microphone on kind of put me on a setback, but we're back. We bounce back from those things.
I've never done that before. Oh, man. I hate it. Anyway.
You know, it just points out the fact that we're not professionals. We're not working for anybody here. We're just doing the deep digs, the discovery, news, and analytics of cryptocurrencies. Me, my friend David. I got my friend Jeff here from up in the Northwest. And hi, Jeff, how you doing? Can you hear us?
You betcha. Hey, Chris.
Hey, excellent. Yeah, we got a great group. Real quick before we dive further into Ethereum, those of you that are just getting to know FNL Crypto, FNLCryptoDNA.com, I want to point out that we have not even launched the FNLCryptoDNA.com website on Google because we're still operating out of our other website, which is futuresnetworks.com. And we've had people visit our website, David, Jeff, from 10 states and 8 countries. 8 countries. You know, the isn't that crazy?
Sign them up, man. They recognize greatness when they see it.
I guess so. The analytics that they provide on your website now for the website owners is just amazing. So, hey, you guys, we don't do any espionage, but it is nice to see visitors. Check us out, FNLCryptoDNA.com. That's our only plug. We're going to dive into Ethereum now. I'm here with my trader friends. We meet every day. We talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything, XRP, Litecoin, Hedera Hashgraph. We talk about Dogecoin very little, and it's usually negatively. That's just because none of us own it. So today with Ethereum, let's talk about the contracts. Let's talk about smart contracts first. And then we'll talk about some of the problems maybe with Ethereum and then the solutions that are coming out. Sound fair enough? Ethereum, right here on Ethereum, you can go to their website, which is ethereum.org. You can go to all their communities on Discord, Telegraph, bitcointalk.org, forum.ethereum.org, Ether search, Reddit. I don't spend much time on Reddit. My friend David does. The open source code for Ethereum is right here. Just click that button if you're a coder or developer. And then the white paper. White paper. We talk a lot about the white paper around FNL Crypto. And this is the business plan. This is the model. The neat thing about Ethereum's white paper and business plan is it was been out since 2013. So we've been able to take notice if the things in the white paper have come to fruition. Unlike some of the fancy white papers that were written in 2021, that we're not going to know for quite some time if they come to fruition. That makes me think of companies like, oh, I don't know, Internet Computer Protocol and Filecoin. All right. I don't know when Filecoin was started. It doesn't matter when they were started. They came on the scene this year and they did some things Ethereum has done way back in the past. So if you were running a race, a 4 furlong race against Ethereum, it's out 2-3 furlongs ahead of you right now. If you just developed your coin in 2021. It says right here, Ethereum's got a Binance Smart Chain contract. It also has contracts with the Huobi ecosystem, Tomo Chain, and AVAX, or the Avalanche contract. Says down here on these tags, I love these tags. They help a person that doesn't know about cryptos get familiar with cryptos. But what is it connected to, this Ethereum? Okay, it's a proof of work consensus algorithm. Uses proof of work. David, can you give me a little help with proof of work for the people watching? Caught him with his mic muted. What, you eating lunch?
And how does that work? Yeah, well, this mic, this complicated equipment here, Chris. You
Yeah, it's mute or unmute. It's hard to figure out.
Okay, am I still there?
Proof of work, baby.
All right, here we go. Proof of work. Whenever we go out and we got this problem, and you got to figure out this blockchain, and then put all the information into it. It has to be validated by some other people. Well, they go in after whoever puts that information in there, and the other nodes look at it and say, oh yeah, that looks right, and it's correct. Well, then it's validated, and it shows, because you've done the work, that it is correct, and then they can move on.
So it goes through checkpoints and makes sure is that at each step, these nodes, these computers do the consensus algorithm puzzles. They solve the puzzles, and that's how it's verified. That's considered the proof of work.
Yes, versus proof of stake. And those are the two main validators out there: proof of work, proof of stake.
Got it. Proof of stake is more about liquidity and collateralization, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So the things that staked, the computers, where the money is, it makes decisions, kind of like the world that we're in right now, right?
How true, how true. Those that have the gold make the rules.
Yep, that's right. So, all right. So thank you. That's probably put you on the spot there on purpose. I was really just testing Mike again. Proof of work,
good.
Proof of stake. Those are the two things. Ethereum's proof of work right now. Now, is it my understanding that proof of stake is coming with an Ethereum 2.0 development? I
have not seen that. I'm not into the 2.0 world yet, so I'm behind the 8 ball on that. Can't help you.
Let's take a look together then today. Notice the first tag on Ethereum is smart contract. We're going to come back to that in just a minute. Here it is. You can look, the market cap's gone up $1 billion since we've been talking. I must be having an impact. I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Say that again.
We just started.
That again, man. I could use another billion.
Actually, it has gone up exactly $1 billion now. It was 300 million behind when I said it. I exaggerated by 300 million, but now it's up $1 billion. And it just went up another 15 million since I've been talking. I'm just going to keep looking at this. Oh, we're up another. So this is a fluctuating market. That's for sure. There is global acceptance and adoption of Ethereum. Ethereum is available, like I said before, on 389 exchanges. It's accepted in futures markets. It's accepted everywhere. Here's the chart on Ethereum. This is a trading view candlestick chart. Candlesticks are our preferred charting at FNL. A lot of us use the candlestick charts. And you can see, as we talked about yesterday, that we're hitting that same bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just riddling, just skipping like a rock across the support levels that are close to 1900. Okay, we'll call it 18 to 1920. Somewhere around there, it's just skipping like a rock. So when you're thinking about getting into your Ethereum, I'm just doing this first for those of us that are like, yeah, talk to us about the trading of Ethereum. Some people don't care about the history and the story they just want to know, like, should I buy it today? So we'll do a little charting for you, but we've talked about this before, that I would like to see. I'd like to see Ethereum close above these levels that touch the top of this channel back here at 2920. If it can break that and close above that channel, then I'm excited about the bullish potential of Ethereum right now as it continues to hit the same support line, the same low, and not make new highs each time it bounces up. I'm not getting very excited about this. So same thing on the flip side. If this can break 1707, look out. Look out. So if Ethereum breaks 1707, we'll come back next week and talk about some low limit orders we can put in as there's an obvious deeper correction on the market. So Ethereum, looking over to the right, we have Ethereum price statistics right now, 1916. Full disclosure, I think Jeff, David, myself, everybody in here has a little Ethereum. With that being said, I'd like to point out that I own no Bitcoin. But I do a bit.
That was in the DA report.
Yeah, well, I do a Bitcoin session too. It's not that we don't want Bitcoin. It's just that I only have so much money to allocate towards these assets. And I chose Ethereum as my better store of value than Bitcoin. There's 120 million or 100 and something million. I don't know. That number wasn't accurate. Let's go to the circulating supply. I'm sorry. 116.7 million ETH, 21 million Bitcoin. So there's more ETH, which says just based on supply and demand, the price of Ethereum should not ever pass Bitcoin based on supply. Now, maybe not demand. Okay, based on supply. What makes Ethereum unique? All right, so that's the circulating supply. These stats over here show you the all-time highs. What's it been doing in the last 7 days? What's it been doing in the last 30 days, 90 days? In the last 90 days, we reached that all-time high of 43.62. Okay. In the last month, we haven't been able to get above 25. And in the last week, we've been below 22. But that 21.90 was a push up. So it was a try. So let's see if we can break the 25.54 level for starters. That'd be nice. Looking to the left, a little more information about Vitalik and Gavin are right here. And I like to come straight down to what makes Ethereum unique. Again, we talked a little bit about that, and that it is the pioneer of the concept of blockchain technology using smart contracts. Computer programs automatically execute the actions necessary to fulfill an agreement between multiple parties on the internet. They're designed to reduce the need for trusted intermediates between contractors, thus reducing transaction costs, time, and it increases transaction reliability, okay, making it work towards, what are your favorite words, David? Trustless and permissionless.
Decentralized and security. I thought you talked. I'm sorry, I'm stuck on Bitcoin. That was the Bitcoin trifecta.
Yeah, decentralized is when you first get to Bitcoin, you're like, what's blockchain? What's decentralized?
Yeah.
We have to assume that we know those things when you're moving towards Ethereum. And that's a good point. Young people are pointing out to me when I talk to them about cryptocurrencies. I say, and these are friends of my kids, obviously. I said, so do you know about cryptocurrencies? And they say, Bitcoin? That's it. That's where it stops.
First word out of their mouth. Oh yeah, Bitcoin.
You say Ethereum and they really stop right there. They're not familiar with it, which blows my mind that something that is this big could be so. I've never seen a billboard or a television commercial or seen an article in any reading material in America besides on the internet about Ethereum. Except in Disney movies, you'll see a lot of Ethereum, which means Disney has very large holdings in Ethereum. You can count on it. 2 big movies in a row came out. Frozen 2 uses Ethereum symbolism, and the Millers versus the Machines. When the machines take over, their spaceship is an Ethereum, like whatever you want to call that thing. It's the Ethereum. What's that thing called? I don't know what it's called.
An obelisk. How's that?
Is it an obelisk? It's an ETH thingy.
It's a pointy thing that goes up and down.
It reminds me a lot of the old television awards, the crystal one they had that came. Remember that? What were those awards? The Grammys? Is that a Grammy award? No, that's a little megaphone looking thing. Maybe it's the Academy. No, that's the statue.
Yeah, but Chris, think back now, if you can, the first time you heard about crypto, what were you exposed to as far as the coin? Was it Bitcoin? Okay. And how long did it take
for
you?
drug dealers and international criminals back then is what I
And
heard.
how long did it take you to understand that there were altcoins? Or was it years later when you heard of an altcoin?
Years later.
Yeah. And these kids are, when I say kids, I can call just most people out there kids. Okay. Tell you how old I am. So these kids are they're in the same boat we were. You know, it's not that they're dumb or anything. They're just not educated yet.
Well, some of these kids are creating the very cryptocurrencies that we're speaking about. I forgot to point out that Mr.
Yes.
Vitalik Buterin is about 20, 21, 22 years old tops. So that's incredible to me that he's changed financial infrastructures at his age. I mean, is he a prodigy? I don't know. So back to Ethereum. Sorry. Smart contracts, computer programs that automatically execute the actions necessary to fulfill an agreement between those parties. Okay. So in addition to smart contracts, that's not the only thing Ethereum does. It's able to host other cryptocurrencies, and they're actually called tokens. The difference between cryptocurrencies and tokens. Cryptocurrencies are layer one blockchain like Bitcoin and Ethereum. The things built on top of those are going to be known as tokens. Okay. So ERC20 tokens, they reach a standard. Okay. The Ethereum standard means they qualify as an ERC20 token. There's over 275,000 ERC20 compliant tokens that have been launched. Of those, over 40 of the top 100 cryptocurrencies by market cap are there. They're built on Ethereum. You got things like Tether, which we're going to look at, Chainlink, and the Binance coin itself. So Ethereum, if you look at Bitcoin doesn't have those statistics. All the money on Bitcoin is in Bitcoin. It trumps the market cap of Ethereum for now. It has market dominance, Bitcoin does, of 45%. Okay, Ethereum's been at about 17%, and I don't think Ethereum's going up because it's producing things that are filling up the other percentages. The things built on top of Ethereum. I'd like to point out the market cap has now gone under 1.3 billion for the entire crypto market, for those of us that have been following it. So we'll keep an eye on these charts. I'm going to get out of here for just a minute, and we're going to go into just recapping the smart contract for those of us that are new and want to know why smart contracts. Okay, smart contracts are going to be used in many use case situations, and they already are. There's paper with the internet. There's double work being done all over the place. I like to give the example of it just in the real world, two people having the same bank account, two separate debit cards, making a transaction at the same time. The bank doesn't know they're both happening at the same time. So if you have $1,000 in your account and you're spending it and your significant other is also at the other counter spending $1,000, both transactions could possibly go through at the same time. Okay, dumb contracts. Smart contracts going to verify if the funds are there, and there's no possible way for both transactions to go through and the funds be there.
Well, there's also that timestamp issue that they're going to be working on, isn't it?
That's it. The timestamp. Yeah, immutable timestamping. So smart contract in layman's terms, an agreement between two parties or more in the form of computer code. The smart contracts run on the blockchain in a distributed public ledger and become immutable upon finality. Immutable means unchangeable. The transactions that happen in a smart contract are processed by the blockchain itself, meaning that they can be executed autonomously without a third party. Autonomously, artificial intelligence, algorithms doing it for you the same way Amazon knows what's in your cart or what should be in your cart. The transactions only happen when the conditions in the agreement are met. We call them if-then conditions, saying if this is to take place, then this is the outcome. And if this takes place, then this will be the outcome. The if-then scenarios, and it's done with no third party, thus issues with trust. They call it trustless. I still don't understand the English behind trustless, other than you don't have to worry about the trust. It's being done for you.
Yeah, trust me. Okay.
Trust us.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's
don't trust me.
When someone
I'll get there, Chris. I'm slow, but I'll get there.
I love when someone starts out with now I'm not going to lie what is it?
Trust.
Yeah, trust me when I tell you, or believe me. I wouldn't lie to you. Those are the best. So that's a smart contract recap for you. Again, if we're way past your knowledge, way past your understanding, we did cover some of this stuff last week. The basics of Ethereum, exploring Ethereum, the weekly live streaming event last week. Here's a list at what we covered. So we did a lot. We went through the entire ethereum.org. Well, not the entire website, but the important parts. We talked about some ERC20 tokens and how you can stake those things on Uphold or on Kraken. Here we go. We're taking off over your head. Kava, staking at 20%. We talked a little bit about ETH 2.0. We always talk about Futures Networks Live, Zoom Scalability. We visited Etherscan, and we're going to do that again here in a little bit. And all this stuff, just come here. If this stuff doesn't interest you, don't watch that video. If this interests you,
Don't
watch the video and then subscribe and like it on YouTube if you like it. Okay. But we do cover some good stuff. Moving past that, we're going to talk a little bit about the basic of Ethereum that we covered this week. We graduated. We want to talk a little bit about scalability of Ethereum. So Ethereum 2.0, right into it. Now, this information is available on Coinbase, and it just talks about ETH 2. Like it gives it its own entity, the ETH 2 price. Caveat says over here to the side, although ETH 2 is not available to trade, you can add it to your watch list, read news on it, and more with a Coinbase account. So you can't buy it, but it's being promoted. David, do you have ETH 2.0?
No. I'm waiting to be awarded some through a staking on Kraken, but they told me when I staked my coin, that you're going to get rewarded in ETH 2.0, and it may never happen. Well, supposedly it's going to happen August the 4th, 14th, something.
I think that was the date. Let me see. Maybe it says in here. Let's go through this little 2.0 upgrade. I know you barely know about ETH, but sometimes you can watch the sequel first and then go back and watch the original, and it's really cool. Character development. Okay, ETH 2.0 is an upcoming set of upgrades to ETH that's intended to make it significantly faster, less expensive, and more scalable. As part of the upgrade, participants may stake ETH tokens to help secure the network. So staking ETH to help secure the 2.0 network. In exchange for staking, participants then receive rewards on their staked ETH, and rewards can't be unstaked until Ethereum 2.0 fully launches. So it's in a holding pattern, which most experts estimate will happen between 2022 and 2024. Now, our non-experts here at FNL Crypto say that we read that it's coming as early as August. We'll see.
Yeah.
Coinbase plans to support ETH staking throughout the ETH 2.0 upgrade. Okay, that's a good way to keep customers for a few years. Eligible customers can stake their ETH on Coinbase and receive up to 5% APR, which is 2 points lower than Kraken, or 1.5.
Oh man,
I think it's 6.5.
You're gonna go make me look this up.
No, don't look it. I think Kraken's 6.5. Hey, the rates are subject to change, and the information that you get here is subject to be disproven. Just send us a note. Send us a message or an email. Contact us and say, hey, you guys. Hey, you boneheads at FNL Crypto, it's 6.5%, dependent on the network.
Do you accept carrier pigeons? Send one of those.
Send a carrier pigeon on a pony. While staked ETH and rewards are locked in the network during the upgrade, Coinbase plans to provide a way to trade staked ETH for other assets in the future. So in other words, being able to keep your staked ETH in a hot wallet that's able to be used. All right, so there's a little backstory on ETH 2.0. You can do a deep dive through the block if you want, or you can stay with us. We're going to go straight to Ethereum's website to talk about ETH 2.0. We like to go straight to the source. ETH 2 refers to the set of interconnected upgrades, like we talked about, making those things the 3 S's: secure, sustainable, and scalable. The upgrades are being built by multiple teams from across the Ethereum ecosystem. Now, remember, we mentioned 40 top coins are built on top of Ethereum. Those guys, they're like FNL members, how we all help. They're not sitting back going, come on, ETH, we're gonna switch to Bitcoin if you don't make it more secure, more scalable, and more sustainable, man. No, they're contributing to the development, to the upgrade, their participation. It's one of the most interesting pros of cryptocurrency to my liking, is that it seems like people are working together, and you have to work together to get everyone into one order. You have to work together. So I feel like when it says multiple teams from across the Ethereum ecosystem, we know how big that Ethereum, I'm going to sidetrack for a minute. We know how big that Ethereum ecosystem is. There's a great look at it right here. And knowing they're all working on improving it really does, it makes us as consumers sit back and say, okay, let us know. But the working world, the finance industry is not. If you look here, here's Ethereum on, this is coin360.com. We have a heat map on our site too. I don't know why I went here, because it shows the Ethereum tokens. So here's the big people that are saying, yeah, we're not going to sit back and let Ethereum do its thing. The companies that have developed these cryptocurrencies and tokens, or these tokens, are attributing to the security, the sustainability, and the scalability. It's nice that they're all S's, I can remember them, of Ethereum. And these are powerful coins. We've been watching a lot of these things create their own dynamics. Polygon or MATIC, we're going to talk a little bit about that. Actually, let's just change the background on me right now. We got the Polygon overlay over the Ethereum. Look at that, baby. We don't even have a development team. I don't know how we're coming up with these fancy tricks. So
Hey, everybody makes them accidents.
Go ahead and say blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. That's what you wanted to say.
I wasn't there yet.
So we got Chainlink on here, Polygon, Uniswap, Aave, the leader of DeFi, Compound, the second guy in DeFi, Maker, my favorite in the DeFi space. I mean, these are huge. I don't know how Shiba Inu has such a big square on this. It kind of irritates me, but hey, if
social media, it's social media. It's like that dog.
It is that dog. It's a smaller version of that dog. So,
yeah.
Guys, if you're going to continue to buy Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, you're going to continue to undermine the cryptocurrency space. So, go ahead, because it lightens the relevance of the currencies that are supposed to be changing our financial infrastructure, when the coins that really don't do or mean anything can jump past them in market capitalization, showing that dumb money likes to buy shiny things, I guess. Dumb money buys shiny things. Is anyone going to watch this video when I talk like that? I don't know.
Of course.
Coinbase executives aren't watching it. They don't care. So anyways, look at this ecosystem was the point of all of this. And that's how we think that this is a valuable topic to a road to go down for you, is to talk about ETH 2.0. The vision is to bring Ethereum into the mainstream, serve all of humanity. That's a good place to pause. We have to make Ethereum more scalable, secure, and sustainable. Those are 3 words you're going to hate after today, but let's talk about what they mean a little more. Ethereum, for scalability, Ethereum needs to support thousands of transactions per second. Okay, a lot of spenders in this world. Just go to Walmart and take a look. To make applications faster and cheaper to use, how can you do that? How can tens of thousands of transactions per second, how can it be faster and cheaper when that's a lot of work? That's a lot of work. If I was hiring humans to do this kind of work, every transaction that was taking place should cost me more and take more time. So just kind of making it relative there. So scalability is how can we have this computer code build in a way that it works across the global platforms? That's scalability. It's just like FNL crypto. We're doing a great job for our, what do we have? Our 60 something members of Futures Networks Live. We have 17 participants that just do cryptos and are, or doing cryptos in addition to trading futures and equities. How could we scale to meet the needs if we were to grow to 4 instead of 600 members? What if we had 6,000 people that wanted to be a part of what we do? That's scalability. You should plan for those things, or what happens is you reach a ceiling, you reach a capacity. And Ethereum already, before the world's even using this mainstream, kind of reached a few of those ceilings and capacities, and now the solutions are being developed. More secure. Ethereum needs to be more secure. Everything needs to be more secure, right? As the adoption of Ethereum grows, the protocol needs to become more secure against all forms of attack, and that's on both ends. Law enforcement and government agencies are saying, from our research, I guess it's research, from listening to the Federal Reserve talk about this stuff. David, thank you for the article you sent from Jerome Powell and from the Federal Reserve.
My hero.
discussing stablecoin and centralized banking, digital currencies, and scalability. And they're not.
But Chris, they're using words and they don't really understand them like you and I do. They're throwing those words out there, and I'm going, yeah, but you didn't understand how those words go together with each other. So I got to tell you, I'm not a big fan of the Fed. They are saying things they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
They're not experts in the field, even though you'd think they would be. And that's the problem with a lot of people that get, I don't know, certifications in one. They got to go back to school to learn about this stuff. I am never going to understand this completely because I'm not going to become a computer coder. If you could read the code, you could understand a little bit more. And so to each their own,
Well,
doing
it's
what
simple.
you're good
It's just ones and zeros, ons and off. I mean,
binary.
that's all it is, isn't it?
I guess I'll ask.
Okay.
All right. I'll ask a programmer. We're developing a team of those people. I'm not one of those people on the team. I'm a cheerleader for that team. So that's secure is secure in all forms. Okay. Anything that's going to grow has to have a level of security to fulfill the needs of 7+ billion people. More sustainable. Ethereum needs to be better for the environment. The technology today requires too much computing power and energy. In other words, if computer nodes are verifying transactions, they're using computing power. And so if it takes 30 nodes, 30 confirmations, is it 30, 32, 36? I don't know. If it takes
depends on the, now one of them depends on the amount. If you got like over $5,000, that's Bitcoin. They want at least 6 validations before they say it is immutable. And the smaller denominations, it doesn't take quite as many, but yeah, it's up there a ways.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, that's the whole point of the decentralized nature of it. If it went to one computer for verification, that computer could be manipulated more easily. And this way, the validation of these transactions going to all these nodes and to each other, it's saying, hey, did you get the notes? Are they the same? Yeah. All right. Did you get the notes? Yeah, they're the same. I verify. Yep. I checked off on it. Mine's good. I mean, that takes a lot. And then think about that in the form of thousands of transactions per second. And they're some of the same master nodes. So now you got a computer. I mean, right now I got 7-8 windows open, a Zoom room. We're streaming to YouTube. I have a regular desktop computer. This is a lot of computing power, using a lot of CPUs right now. Imagine if I was verifying all these transactions with my computer as well. Now, those computers aren't going to be these little puny,
you could
32
get like,
gig computers, but
like 89 trillion quadrillion hashes per second then, right? We could mine Bitcoin if we had that kind of computing power.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
But that's if you'd want to mine Bitcoin. What would you want to mine? That's a good survey question. Send us your answer. What would you mine? If you could mine any of these currencies? Which one appeals to you the most? Send us a message. Send us a note.
I don't mind telling you.
Tell me. Let's hear David's take on it. This is a Texas take, so I'm
it's
sure he's picking one of the big ones.
Well, first of all, I'm going to have to set me up a power source because our power out here is not as cheap as some places, even though it's cheaper than others. So before I mine anything, I've got to see what my budget calls for as far as the power output. Bitcoin is going to cost you about 800 watts per rig. And you figure you're spending 10 cents per kilowatt hour, you do the numbers. But I'm going to say it would be an altcoin because you don't have to have near as much power.
Now, would it be an altcoin that's on its own blockchain, or would it be an altcoin on top of Ethereum?
On its own blockchain.
Yeah.
I mean, I would go to the layer one versus looking at some of the layer twos. I think that's where the profit would be.
Mm-hmm. I like it. All right. So listen to that, guys. Jeff, what's your thoughts on that? Do you have any thoughts on if no bias, all biasness aside, you're not holding the currencies you're talking about from all that we've talked about this year, what would you say would be if you were like, I'd be excited if this one currency were to be the one that just took off? What would it be? Do you know?
Besides Safe Moon, you mean?
besides Shiba Inu or Safe Moon.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no, Dogecoin for sure.
Yeah. A bunch of wisecrackers around you.
Well, the thing is, I'm staking the ones I would do it with.
Mm-hmm.
Kava, well, Theta, and Theta number one probably, because it's on the blockchain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody wants fuel.
Level one, and I'm not staking Theta Fuel yet.
Right.
But you support the blockchain, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You know, Theta is we will do a section all on Theta. You're the second in our group that's their number one choice would be Theta. Derek is a Theta guy as well. So let's do a deep dig on Theta. I know Theta just did its 3.0, Theta 3.0 mainnet launch. And the thing about Theta is it's all about streaming of content fast. So Theta's built to do what we really want. Unfortunately, the generation of, I love it. My son is 19 years old and he likes to read. He never liked to read before. So thank goodness I didn't force him as a young man, that he picked up reading as a young adult. And he's like, oh, I'm loving reading. He's coming home with books and reading them. But he's weird, right? He's my kid. Most kids are not wanting to read. I have a nephew that's bright as all can be. He doesn't read anything. He sits and flips through TikTok videos on his phone when he's not doing anything. One after another, TikTok. Just look at this, Chris. This is funny, huh? Look at this, Chris. This is funny. I'm like, no, I don't have time to watch other people live. I like to live, but I don't want to watch that guy. And now show me something of him, show me the bloopers. That's fun, but I don't want to hear these guys. Read something. You'll get your own opinions, your own knowledge base started. But okay, backtrack. I don't know that that's making that big of an impression when I'm telling him to read, because everybody wants it quick and convenient. I'm trying to live it myself. David, you sent me the article from the one that was the recap of Jerome Powell's address about the stable coins. And it was available to me in an audio format. I saw that was a really good website. They had the audio and the transcript right next to each other. I liked that. So it was like a podcast and a transcript.
Yeah, I do it both ways sometimes, depending on if I'm trying to capture some information from the source, I'll do it both ways. Sure. But
well, I was in a place where I couldn't listen to it, so I read it, and but I thought to myself, I could have multitasked if I was listening to it, and I thought that's it. That's why is people are trying to do all these little things. The attention is changing. The attention span is changing to where people do things in spurts, and so to listen to something or to watch something, you can be multitasking. They think they can be multitasking. Whereas if you're reading something, I mean, I could hear people talking while I was reading this morning, but I couldn't hear what they were saying. I couldn't I couldn't stay in their conversation and read what I was reading. So we'll see. The Theta's got great potential with that. You think about Grayscale, digital investment picking up like LivePeer, because LPT, LivePeer is all about streaming, and streaming is where it's at. Okay, we're streaming right now. We're hoping that you're watching us stream and that you're getting something out of this, not just liking hanging out with us, but learning things about Ethereum, or at least formulating your questions so you can do your own due diligence on this stuff.
Chris, the MIT has a public class that they'll teach, and it's free. And if you'll go and look at the MIT class on blockchain, they're right up front. They're telling you about this is data. and value. There's two things that we move, two things that we hodl, that we save, whatever, but mainly blockchain and the internet is all about data. It's moving data visibly and publicly through the internet, and yet it's still secure. So that's what it's all about. It's
More
moving
secure.
data. And of course, this data can also be a measure of value. So that's where the crypto asset sides come in. But most of it, moving data is so important, to the supply side, security and logistics and medical. Ethereum is just knocking it out of the park.
Well, with the smart contracts, it helps with ownership.
Yeah.
So moving data and ownership of data. We're going to come over 2 more tabs over. We're going to come up with something that is total hoopla. And that's because data is so easy to throw onto the internet, to take from someone else's blah and then put it on your space. That's what's wrong with the internet. This new way of making sure data belongs to the people it should. I said it last week. It's a little mine, little preschool. This is my data. But no, it's true. Proprietary data is proprietary things. I mean, if there's got to be a such thing as ownership.
Until it's published, it's proprietary.
Till it's published, then it's everybody.
After
it's
that,
open source.
Yeah, it's a wild, wild west.
So, all right, well, the beacon chain, these are some things that are coming, the ETH 2 upgrades. I'm not going to read those 3 words again. Although each of these being worked on in a parallel, they have certain dependencies that determine when they will be deployed. This is the beacon chain, the first ETH 2 addition to the ecosystem. The beacon chain brings staking to Ethereum. Remember, proof of stake we talked about, lays the groundwork for future upgrades and will eventually coordinate the new system. And it's live. The merge, that's what we were just discussing. When's this merge? Mainnet Ethereum will need to merge with the beacon chain at some point. This will enable staking for the entire network and signal the end of energy-intensive mining. That sounds good. Shard chains. Shard chains will expand Ethereum's capacity to process transactions and store data. The shards themselves will gain more features over time, rolled out in multiple phases, and they're talking about that for next year. Okay. If you scroll down here, you're going to go right into staking. If you're ready to start staking your ETH or all that jazz, please come on down and do it. We're not going to get into that today. Notice at the bottom of the page, there are wonderful frequently asked questions. For those of you, I will copy this and send it in the chat so you can come to this page yourself and go through these questions, talking about when will ETH 2.0 ship? Is ETH 2.0 a separate blockchain? No, that's not accurate to think that way. How do you prepare for it? You don't have to do anything right now, it says. What is ETH 1? That's ETH. How do I stake?
That's 1 less than 2.
Remember, a lot of folks don't have anything, and that's okay. You're not supposed to have anything. They're not teaching this anywhere unless you're searching for it and sussing out the information yourself. So, okay, ETH 2.0, ETH 2, it's providing those secure, scalable, sustainable. But in the meantime, there's other things that have been being built on top of Ethereum to help with those same problems. One of the main front runners from this last quarter was Polygon. Polygon, Ethereum's Internet of Blockchains. Polygon is the protocol and a framework for building and connecting Ethereum-compatible blockchain networks, aggregating scalable solutions on Ethereum, supporting a multi-chain Ethereum ecosystem. Okay, the World Wide Web. So, and this is a really neat thing right here. This is not an advertisement. That's the button they have on their page. You ready to move forward as a developer? Scale your decentralized app in 30 minutes. 400 plus dApp already have scaled their performance. dApps are decentralized apps. They've also been called distributed apps. Get started. I mean, what are you waiting for, right? You know C++. Built by developers for developers, Polygon combines the best of Ethereum and sovereign blockchains into a full-fledged multi-chain system. Polygon solves pain points associated with blockchains, like high fees, slow speeds, without sacrificing security. The multi-chain system is akin to other ones such as Polkadot, Cosmos, AVAX, but with at least 3 major upsides. 1, it's able to fully benefit from Ethereum's network effects. I don't know what that necessarily means. A lot of the times you'll read things in the crypto space that right when you read it, it's a bullet point, it's a main point, but it just says what they've already been saying. And you're like, yeah, that's not helping. It is inherently more secure.
Why is it?
Well, I guess it's kind of like saying,
It's more trustless.
maybe it's like saying my granddaughter is more secure than me because she has a bunch of people looking after her and no one's watching me.
Well, I guess I better do a dive into that and see why it's more secure. Not that I was worried about ETH 1. No. Yeah, I'm pretty secure using it, but I'm sorry, I'm picking on you, man.
No, you're not picking on me. Trust me, I'm picking on this, and I want to put myself as part of it. It's more open and powerful. It's more open and powerful. So, again, we're never taking sides. We're never pumping anything at FNL Crypto. We're really going to look at it from a 360 point of view. I don't know why we do it that way. You'd think all we do is jump on here and pump the 15 or 20 coins that we hold like everyone else does. But we're so against that. I would rather sell what I have and pick up what's working and going to last for the next 20 years than be right. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Well, that 360 does something that we've talked about before, and you've heard it. And that phrase is, I want to get my head around this thing. I want to get 360 degrees. I want to see the whole thing, because I understand and utilize tools, whatever they are, more when I understand not just what they do. How's this? I told somebody a while back, the person that knows how to do something will always work for the person that knows why. So being able to do both of them, know how and why, man, that puts you at the top of the pecking order right there, and being able to utilize this tool.
Driver and pilot and navigator, if you can make that happen, right?
Why not?
So, well, the nice thing about this is that there's no one flying solo. And I'm actually very disappointed right now. And I'm going to say it right now on behalf of myself and my friends at Futures Networks Live, FNL Crypto, DNA. I'm not a big fan of what's going on YouTube. I try to learn things and all I'm getting is pitched. I was trying to figure out solutions on the internet computer protocol. Why was there $50 billion removed from the market capitalization? Why is it down 96% from where it was? And I go to one of my favorites, the Coin Bureau, and listen to Guy talk about it. And then I realized that Guy's whole thing was written by Internet Computer Protocol, and that he's reading a script and that he was paid for because he had nothing negative to say at all. And that's not his
through the
old
Defiant
style.
website.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Well, what was the other
yeah.
one? The Be in Crypto. Be in Crypto brings in this anchor, Jessica Walker. We're not going to show you that stuff today. That's a whole other video. But watch our ICP's white paper. Looks more like toilet paper. It's got 500 something views for a reason. We're just trying to get to the bottom of what happens to $15 billion in a month, and then no news about it. No negative news.
It's just Jessica Walker's a looker, so people are watching because of her.
Yeah, they don't even finish the video before they're not even watching the entire content.
You really want some interest, and you want some clicks on your YouTube? Well, just hire a naked girl to go out there and talk about it. Right?
I'm talking. That's what I'm talking
Chris,
about.
it's really important what you just said about really who's sponsoring the video, who's paying for it. It's like, because I'm a pharmacist and I know about drug studies, and you got to watch in the fine print who is sponsoring these drug studies. I mean, even though the studies might be from some reputable place, if they have money, you can tell if it's reputable or not, because it won't have anybody sponsoring them that has anything to do with the drug company that's for the drug being studied. And so that's why, if it's reputable or not. So I think the internet's just fraught with that kind of crap.
It's tough. I would imagine the larger the audience that we reach, we may be approached with similar opportunity. And I'm not anxious for that kind of an opportunity to present itself. I had a friend that went into pharmaceutical sales. She left being a veterinarian surgical assistant. Of course, she was a Jessica type person. And they got her into going into pharmaceutical sales, and she did so
Big money.
well.
Yeah.
And she knew nothing about what she was selling.
Yeah.
She
you
just
gotta
knew about the
sell your
incentives
soul.
for the doctors. Yeah, she just
Yeah.
knew about the incentives for the doctors and her incentives, her compensation schedule.
Oh,
I have another,
absolutely. So
yeah,
she has no clue what she's talking about, but she just spills the.
just making 6 big digits, going and saying, hi, I got,
Yeah, it spills the script.
yeah.
Well, Chris, on that YouTube thought that you were on, another reason why FNL is going to be so much more successful, my opinion, YouTube is a one-way device. Even though it's got audio and video and it's got some movement on there, there's not an interaction. On FNL, we interact with each other just like we are now. And how many people can say they can go to this Ethereum website and interact with the people that actually understand, what all of those little things are about in there? And not that we understand all of it, but at least we're going to make a good effort to try. And you can't get that from YouTube. You cannot do it.
You're not going to be able to get it when there's advertisements. And so you're going to see this, guys. When you see advertisements for what we're putting out there, it's only going to be for Futures Networks Live and FNL Crypto DNA, because we want you to come and check us out and be a part of this. And even with that being said, Futures Networks Live is a membership organization that not everybody's going to be a good fit for Futures Networks Live. So, the people that want to come and be around like-minded people that are interested in the truth, people that are interested in trading, the financial assets, the digital assets that are available on your phone, on your desktop, people want to do that by themselves because that's how they are with their money. I want to trade by myself. And go ahead and go by yourself. You'll do it really fast. All right. African proverb says you want to go fast, go by yourself. You want to go far, go together. And that's something that I don't even know if I'd still be trading had I done all this by myself when we started this adventure almost a couple of years ago, being one of the younger people at Futures Networks Live. I wouldn't still be doing this. I'd be pumping. I would be doing something else because I wouldn't have been able to be enriched with so much insight, experience, and help. What was it yesterday, David? I texted you for something about stable coins, and today you sent a couple articles, wrote an article. We had a rich conversation about it. And that's just because we meet and we're not trying to get anything from one another. That's really the point. We're helping each other. So if there's more of that, we'll be okay. More helping, we'll be okay. But yeah, the news, the way news is delivered right now, the Epoch Times or Epic Times, I don't know which one it's called.
I know. Yeah. I like to look at some of their stuff. They've got a good take on a lot of different things.
They're my favorite, actually.
Plus my wife gets the newspaper. The actual printed paper gets delivered to our house. It's a hoot. Yeah. The Epic Times. It's a hoot getting a newspaper.
That is neat. I know they would mail you an actual physical paper.
Yeah.
Or drop one off. So maybe I'll leave. If I like their news articles a little more, maybe I'll leave FNL and just start driving around throwing newspapers up on people's doorsteps.
I've done that
sharing
before.
The truth.
Yep.
Wait, that was my first job. Never mind. Oh God. So all right.
With a saddle.
That was before you were a pole dancer?
I had a banana seat on that bike too, Jeff. It was easier.
Awesome.
Yeah. Ditto.
It was easier with your newspaper route to have the banana seat. So
Yep.
Anyway, we're dating ourselves, and I shaved today to look younger, not to date myself. So Ethereum is the blockchain development platform of choice, but it has limitations.
I do like your earrings too, Chris.
Earrings?
Oh no! Wait a minute.
It's an earpiece.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Those big old ears. Everything adds 10 pounds on camera. I didn't realize that would affect my left and right ear like it did. Okay. So through low throughput, poor gas fees. All right. Delayed proof of work finality. Oh, hate that. No sovereignty, shared throughput, clogging risks, tech stack not customizable, governance dependence. Oh gosh, this stuff drives me crazy. It's like having a cell phone tower with all the different companies sharing one tower. Wait. That's what they do anyway. American Tower. American Tower is a good investment. You guys look at a chart on American Tower sometime. Pretty cool. Many projects are exploring Ethereum compatible blockchains as a way to mitigate these limitations while still leveraging Ethereum's thriving ecosystem. However, there's no specialized framework to build such blockchains, nor a protocol to connect them. This introduces significant development challenges and causes ecosystem fragmentation. Sounds like a team breaking up to me. The solution from Polygon, a protocol and a framework for building and connecting Ethereum compatible blockchain networks. Okay, so there you go. A little look at all that stuff: scalability, security, sovereignty, sustainability, yada, yada, yada. A lot of marketing goes into this stuff. I mean, if you read this whole page, you're reading the same thing over and over. Now, here's a cool one. Some of the projects being made with Polygon on top of Ethereum. The Poly market, okay, one of the most popular prediction markets in the blockchain space. Poly market has redefined the space with its smooth UX. DeFi-based crypto collectibles game Avagachi. Players staking NFTs. NFTs will be talked about soon. We have a great article coming out about NFTs, David. Decentral games, casino-style games built into the Decentraland metaverse. SportX, place your bets. A little bit of gambling here. Come on, guys. You're making it hard for us when you're heading towards the gambling route. EasyFi, a fork of Compound, which brings multiple DeFi products under one roof with lending, borrowing, staking, and more available in one dApp. Now, EasyFi sounds interesting, doesn't it?
Well, so I can go to my bookie and then I can go borrow some money through, I could be on one platform and get it all done.
Yep, Polygon, baby. Multi-sided. Cool. That's what poly means, multi, right?
Now, where's the horses at? Or is it just dogs and ponies?
Come on. Oh, that's coming next. That's coming next. The Neon District. Okay, this is different than the Red Light District, Jeff.
Okay.
Cyberpunk RPG adventure game that allows players. So this is just a look at some of the dApps that are already being built. There's a look at the framework and the board. So that's one solution for scalability and such on top of Ethereum. Now, another solution that we're going to talk about more tomorrow when we get into our stable coins on Fridays, we break down stabilized. 3, 4, what time is that at? I don't know, 4 Eastern. We talk about stabilized. Now you got to be one of our members to be there, but we'll put the recorded session up on YouTube so you can check it out over the weekend because it's not a time sensitive session, but we are going to deep dive down stable coin row. And we're going to review the Jerome Powell address and the Federal Reserve's take on what we should be thinking about CBDC.
Yeah, that's a lotion, right?
Did I say that right? CBDC.
Is that not a lotion?
Oh,
are we not entertained?
Derived from cannabis, right? CBDC
right. Central digital cannabis. No, central digital.
Centralized banking digital currency, CBDC. It's the whole state of the address from the feds is about that right now, and they're saying, hey, they're not sure if they wanted central banks to have their own stable coins or if they want to put their time and effort into regulation of the private sector, like USDC and USDT, which is the Tether. Tether's an ERC20 token. It is supposedly backed by the US dollar. Let's go into some of the stuff about it that it says on here. Stable currency. We've combined the best of both worlds. I'm not sure which worlds. Get the joint benefits of open blockchain technology and traditional currency. So stable currency. Tether converts cash into digital currency. To anchor or tether the value to the price of national currencies like the US dollar, the euro, and the offshore Chinese yuan. Why would we want Tether instead of Ethereum itself? Well, Tether is a stable coin, meaning that it's going to be pegged to the US dollar. It's going to stick around $1, like 98 cents to 102. If you look at a chart, it goes right down the middle. Where Ethereum, as we saw today, can go up 4,300, down 1,700. That's a big swing. That's almost $3,000. So that's what stable currencies are supposed to provide. They're supposed to provide a digital, computed way for us to do exchanges and not have the risk of the fluctuating currency. People seem to like stocks and fluctuating currencies and assets, but we'll see which one takes shape the fastest or the bestest. I think there'll be multiple currencies forever, but this one happens to say that it's 100% backed. So every Tether token is always 100% backed by our reserves. I don't see our anywhere. Who's our? Are they talking about who's our?
That's the offshore Chinese yuan.
Who's our? Wait a minute. I can't go
Oh,
any further until I
it
know who
might be.
our is.
It's also some EFTs and some silver certificates, when you open up the bank. No, actually, I know that there are some financial instruments that back Tether. And evidently Tether's working right now with the state of New York to bring themselves into compliance, because New York said, either show me your reserves with a good audit or get the hell out of town. So I think they're trying to get ahead of the game right now and get certified by the state of New York. And that's not the SEC. Okay. That's the state of New York, which they're kind of tough.
Mm-hmm.
So Tether, if they can make this jump and show that the audit was true and they do have reserves, then they'll be back in the game.
Well, we're going to stay posted on that. Let's go through that a lot more in detail tomorrow on the Stabilize session. I think that's important. Tune back in with us tomorrow if you want to see a little more about Stabilize. We'll stay basically around the DAI coin, the US dollar coin, and the US Tether when we talk about those coins tomorrow. This says Tether. Every Tether token is also 1-to-1 pegged to the dollar. So one Tether token is always valued by Tether at $1. The value of the reserves is published daily. The value of our reserves matches or exceeds the value of all Tethers in circulation. How the blockchain works, the Tether platform is built on top of the open blockchain technologies, leveraging the security and transparency that they provide. It doesn't necessarily say here that Tether is just built on the Ethereum, because there's also a TRC20 token for Tether, to where Tether works on the Tron network blockchain. I think there's a Binance Tether coming, but that doesn't make any sense. But in other words, they don't want to be stifled by cross-chain integration. So Tether is not holding back. So, all right, let's see here. Widespread integration. Tether is the most widely integrated digital to fiat currency today. I think that that's true by market cap. It's number 3 of all coins. So that puts it, and then the first 2 are Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that puts it as the most accepted. I believe the market capitalization somewhere around 60 billion. Let me look. I don't like to not know. I don't know why. USDT. We're back at coin market cap.
Right up there with Porn Rocket. Look at it.
62 billion. 62 billion. I saw that Porn Rocket comes up there.
Yeah.
Another nice ERC20 token that's helping the web space, right? So 62 billion, we were right. Tether's blockchain-enabled technology delivers world-class security while meeting international compliance standards and regulations. Buy, sell, and use Tether tokens says Bitfinex, everywhere. Buy, sell, and use it everywhere that has a decentralized exchange. Money built for the internet. Whatever you can do with digital currencies, you can do with digital cash. I like to talk to people about Tether and USDC that are having a difficult time understanding cryptocurrencies. A lot of people have Bitcoin and Dogecoin in their mind as a stigma connected to cryptocurrency. And when we say, hey, well, have you heard of stable coins like the US dollar Tether coin pegged to the US dollar? They're that's when they say, what do you mean? Like, I'd be interested in knowing about that because I love my dollar.
No, it's what? What did you say? A stable coin. Why would you want one of those?
How do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you want a stable coin? I want to make money.
Yeah.
All right. Gotcha. All right. Money built for the internet. Whatever you can do with digital currencies, you can do with digital cash. Okay. They're calling Tether digital cash. Blockchain companies.
Can I go to 7-Eleven with a USDC coin or Tether?
You can.
Yeah, actually you can.
You can, because
you can.
With different wallets, you have access to convert your digital currency to use them at retail locations. So
And
things,
they have ATMs there too that you can
And
just
it-
put your crypto debit card into, right?
yeah, yeah. So Uphold has virtual wallets. You've seen that. You get your basic attention token and Uphold wallet. That's really cool through the Brave barrel. It's called a Brave card. And so you have a Brave card, and it is a credit card, a debit card, a Visa card that works with your cryptocurrencies. And like, let's say on your Uphold wallet, you have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, XRP. You have all four of those. You
Okay.
get a credit card that goes with each wallet. Did you know that?
No.
Oh, I'll show you guys. I'll show you after our session. Say, hey, thanks everybody for tuning in for Ethereum. I got two more things I want to go through for Ethereum. I realize that we're running out of time. We like to keep people here for our live streams for just about an hour. After that, you got stuff you got to go do. We know that. So if you want to know more, remember, visit FNLCryptoDNA.com or visit futuresnetworks.com and request an access pass and see what the heck traders do when they meet all the time. So skipping past Tether, Tether's great. I want to point something out. That was a big thing for me today, was to make sure we brought you something scary. Oh, a little fear. Ethereum, Tether, Ethereum, Tether, Ethereum, Tetherium.
Oh crap.
This is Tetherium.org.
It's
Yeah,
wrapped
we
in
talked
ETH.
about that yesterday.
You knew I was coming here today.
Yeah.
So talk about, I'm gonna take my glasses off for this. So I don't want to pay too much attention to the screen. So Tetherium.org is, I'm just gonna say it, it's bullshit. It's complete crap.
It's worse than that. It is.
I like their logo there too.
Oh, taking the old Ethereum
Yeah,
looking symbol and putting it, what is that, Texas's
Correct.
T?
That's Texas A&M. Looks like.
Texas, oh, look at the Rangers, the A&M. It's just the T. It's that T.
Right.
Okay, so a little bit of digital art. That's cute. A little bit of combination of the two names, Tether and Ethereum. And if you read through this website, which by the way, only draws attention to Twitter, Telegram, and to Etherscan, which we'll click on in just a moment. But come down here, you can go to the dashboard. Let's go. Oh, come
That's
on.
nice.
Oh, the dashboard. Unable to connect to the main Ethereum network. Please change your MetaMask network now. Contract, Uniswap, Twitter. Let's go back. Let's go down a little further. So we can earn without staking. Well, that's nice. No pre-mine or team fund. Tokens are generated proportionally to the ETH in the contract. I'm not going to, so however much ETH you put in, you're going to get teeth. And it's going to bite the crap out of you. So evenly rewarding. Rewards are instantly, bite you right in the tail. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the dog should have bit you, where the good Lord split you. So rewards are instantly zapped into your wallet. No airdrops, no buttons for alchemy, no rebases. I don't even know what those last two things mean. The contract allows certain addresses to be blocked from earning fees. Oh, good, little security. And it's pegged to ETH. Each time someone deposits ETH into the contract, new teeth are added into the supply. The ratio will always be 1-to-1. This was done deliberately. Blah, 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 blah. So keep going. Earn without worry. It's all good. It's all great. Where's the white paper? Let's go to the dashboard. Oh, yeah, we can't get to the dashboard. So let's go to Etherscan. Okay, we're at Etherscan. Okay.
I want to see
value.
the URL. Oh, I see it. It's that's actually a real Etherscan site too.
It is. So
Okay.
what happened is, once upon a time, many months ago, somebody put this Tetherium contract creation right here. I'm going to click on that transaction. That's the neat thing about etherscan.io. Every transaction, we talk about it. It's immutable. It's imprinted. It's time-stamped. Here it is. Here's your timestamp. So there's the transaction's hash, which is the unique 66 character identifier that is generated whenever a transaction gets executed. That's important to know. Here's the status. It was successful. The block that was created, that's the number of that block on the blockchain. There's the timestamp in which it took place, which was January 17th, 2021 at 2:44 a.m. UTC. All right. We got from The sending party of the transaction could be from a contract address. Interacted with, the new created contract. Tokens transferred, 0.
0.
Good job. That was a difficult process. Total value being transacted. Goose egg. Transaction fee,
Yep.
$227.72. That's how you make some money. So when you go back to the top in a minute, we'll see where that comes into place. This happened to cost a little bit of ETH. Now ETH's price at the time was 1,233.
Well, that's a while back.
There was heavy gas used. There's the input data. There's your ones and zeros you were talking about. Okay, so there's the transaction. Let's go back to all the transactions. That was the first one. Okay, if you go through these, this one was the one that was the big one. So 1,346 deposited successfully into this. Now, that's the last one. The rest are withdrawals or they're just approvals and there's nothing else. And that brings the transaction total, the Ether value of what's in there to 495. So after 6 months, $500 is in there and it's just sitting there as bait. Because if you put your money in, oh, they'll take it and you might get your teeth. But if you look around for your teeth at things out of the 11,000 coins, you would think if I typed in teeth that something would come up on either CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap.com.
It's not on Gecko.
It's not on Coin Market. Nope.
So how did I come across this, you might ask? It was simple. I did a typo. I was talking about Tether and I was typing Ethereum and Ethereum came out. And that just shows you there's some really smart folks that manipulate and capitalize on people's mistakes.
Yep.
Because if you come here and you connect your Ethereum wallet to Ethereum, you're saying goodbye to your Ethereum that you transfer. And even if you do get some Ethereum back, it isn't going to do nothing for you.
Yeah, that's a real smart feller.
So there we go. We did a lot today. Thank you for joining us at FNL. Hey, thank you, Jeff. And thank you, David. I know we go through this. We go through this stuff. We hear a lot of the same stuff when we get to where we're doing the live streaming. If people only knew the conversations we have building up and afterwards, I think that we would be swarmed with people wanting to be a part of these conversations. What do you think?
Of course.
Yeah.
And I hope I didn't run you over because I know you're already 15, 30 minutes past what you wanted to be.
That's because I talked 14 minutes with no microphone on to start the live stream.
Okay.
No, I should have left it. I deleted it off of YouTube. You should have left it there.
Moving along.
I was watching your facial expressions. And, you're just like, but this is all like, what the hell?
I thought there was something wrong with my mic.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yes.
I was going through all my sound apps and everything, trying to change microphones. And I'm thinking, what the hell is wrong with my...
Chris, David and I do have a critique on your live stream. Lose the...
it's gone.
Background.
Yeah, he did it already.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean he won't bring it back tomorrow just to mess with
you. Hold on, let's put it back in for those of you. Let's end on it, though. Let's end on it.
Get out of here.
Thanks for joining us today, guys. You're not going to see the scrolling background again.
I like that. Now that's a good ending.
All right. Well, appreciate you. FNLCryptoDNA.com. Check out FNL Crypto at FNL Crypto on Twitter.